We're going to take you live now to King Street West, where Mayor Olivia Chow is making an announcement about the King Street Transit Corridor. Let's listen in.
Asma Malik, thank you for being here. She walked here.
Me too.
Now, King Street between Jarvis and Bathurst, this streetcar is one of the busiest routes in the city. And thousands of people spend hours every day on King Street, going to work, to school, sitting in traffic, staring out the window, being stuck in traffic, and that is not a good experience. When our roadways don't have capacity, everything stalls, it is harder to get around. Cars, cyclists, even our public transit is less reliable. What do people do? Drivers go in a hurry and they seek creative ways to get around, sometimes ignoring the rules and the law. And part of getting the city back on track means finding solutions. And here comes the solution. The traffic warden, yes. I am announcing today that traffic agents on King Street make the traffic flow 3 times faster. 3 times. It used to be almost like an hour, 60 minutes, an hour it takes on this streetcar route. It's now 17 minutes. It's so much faster. It also feels better because you're moving, right? Not being stuck behind cars. Now, these traffic agents are not just on University Avenue. They're at King and York, King and Bay, King and Yonge, King and Church, King and Jarvis during peak traffic period. Why is the traffic agent so effective? Because they get the traffic flowing, moving faster and smoother. They keep people safe. And it keeps the drivers and everybody else obeying the law. So how would that? They make sure they obey, the drivers obey traffic laws, stop signs, speed limits. Think about sometimes some drivers, when they're in a hurry, they take a bit of liberty, right? But these folks keep them under track. And they prevent vehicles from blocking the box. That intersection, you know how infuriating it is when there's a car that are stuck in the middle of the road and no one, nothing is moving. And you go, oh my God, how dare you block the box? But there are people like that, right? So the data say that when there's a traffic agent present, they stop vehicles from blocking intersections 96% of the time. No more box blockers. We're done with you. They are also making sure the pedestrian and cyclists are also following the rules. Red means red. When you don't see a white sign that you can walk, don't walk. It discourages people from driving, from dropping to pick up and dropping passengers along key intersections. It also prevents illegal parking, and you see them, right? Oh, I'm just dropping something off, and 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes later, they're still there, blocking entire streetcar for people. Bottom line, traffic agents help to reduce congestions, improve the overall flow of traffic, and we will continue to place these wonderful traffic agents where they are needed most. It's also not just traffic agents. We are prioritizing the signals and to make sure that transit have a priority. We are timing. There's some very smart timer in there that are timing the lights and depending on traffic flow. We have dedicated left turn lanes so that the cars will go, okay, this is my turn to turn left. And then they're not necessarily blocking the streetcar, because the streetcar will have their signal, and then the left turn will be for cars. So it's easier for the driver and also faster for the streetcars. We're also increasing the number of pedestrian platforms. So it's a win for everyone right here in downtown Toronto. On Wednesday, I am bringing forward a budget that prioritizes transit and traffic flow in our city. Because that extra 40 minutes that a transit rider save, they can spend it with their loved ones, with their families, have a cup of coffee, they can go to the gym. Extra 40
Mayor Olivia
minutes
Chow outlining plans to improve traffic and transit on King Street this afternoon. Traffic, we know, has been moving quite slowly on that streetcar route. Chow says the solution, part of it at least, more traffic wardens, or what she's calling traffic agents. She says to also make sure pedestrians follow the rules and prevent illegal parking.
Well, let's go live right now to King and University, where Mayor Olivia Chow and officials are answering questions from reporters.
I didn't completely hear the question. Are we going to shrink the agents? No, sorry.
The question is, Council Boyce had said that the travel time had increased to 3 minutes more
Yes,
than it
back
was
then.
prior to
That's right,
the
that's right.
installation of the corridor. So
That's right, that's right.
How has the installation of these agents impacted the timing on the corridor?
Oh, well, it completely sped it up. So from 65 minutes up to 65 minutes to 17 minutes, right? So there's a dramatic decrease of the number. I'll give you the exact number, actually. It went from the average time when Councillor Moise was talking about, it was with no traffic agent, streetcar travel times range between 45 to 65 minutes on average between University and Jarvis. You can walk faster, right? And you can drive faster. You can certainly bike a lot faster during weekday rush hour. My God, can you imagine the frustration you feel being stuck in that traffic in the streetcar and you're watching all the people walking past you? When traffic agents are present, the streetcar travel times now are 40 minutes lower. So that's 3 times faster. It goes on average now 17 to 21 minutes. And as to number of agents, 12 agents in 6 intersections. Yeah, that's where they are. And maybe we could have more. We'll examine that.
Mayor Chow, you know the numbers are showing that it's working when they're there, but almost immediately after they leave, your own data shows that it drops off. So are you going to expand the hours, expand how many agents you have to make sure that you continue to see the success rather than it just, going back to the bog down when it's done?
The old days where there's roadblockers. We are keeping the traffic agent on site. Okay, as to whether the hours needs to be extended, we will certainly examine it. They just been here for not that long, a few months, right? So we'll absolutely examine it, whether it needs to be expanded. We will look at where's the best place. At rush hour, they are very much needed. So there will be, I believe, several reports coming to committee that would give permanency to this program. Do you want to explain?
Sure. Yeah, I can. No, anyone. I can.
Yeah.
Sure.
Does it make sense that we have them in that limited amount of time if as soon as they're gone, the problems
Yeah, so first up, Roger Brown, Director Traffic Management. So currently the plan is we are looking at doing traffic signal modifications, as we talked about beforehand. And with those signal modifications, we're anticipating that there's going to be much greater compliance just on that alone. And then subsequent to that, with those signal modifications, will come the ability for us to consider putting automated enforcement in as well to help really kind of enforce the rules on King Street. So the combination of those, and then also, as the mayor kind of alluded to, we are going to look at the possibility of maybe expanding the hours with the traffic agents. But again, it's very resource intense. Right now, we have 27 traffic agents in the city, and we're looking at additional 13 more that will be starting in March. Oh, no, that would be for citywide. Thank you. There's 12 here? Yes, exactly. Yeah. The typical hourly rate for a traffic agent, I believe it's $45 per hour, that sort of thing. We'd have to get back to you with that stat, like in terms of the overall program. Yeah. You have to do the math.
Seven. Youssef said 7.
Yeah, 7. 7 hours here.
7 hours here. Yeah. It's so we're looking at 40 agents in total, right?
Yeah, exactly.
By the end of March, yeah. We're looking at 40 agents by the end of March all across the city. And so it's exciting. Any questions from the media? Let's just go media first. Yes, sorry. Yep.
Thanks. And maybe this is a question for Roger as well. I guess it just struck me seeing this data that I think some of this would have been predictable. Like you'd see the closure at Queen and Yonge, the closure at Adelaide, and then it spikes and we have traffic here that's caused a lot of longer commutes for transit riders. Is there a lesson here in terms of planning these projects? And like, what is the city taking from this in terms of being a bit more proactive in the future? Yeah,
generally speaking, going forward, we're always going to be very proactive with respect to our planning. An operation like this with traffic agents is very resource intense. And as some of you may recall, going back to when we did the announcements of October, we've been ramping up our forces of traffic agents, so we simply didn't have enough to be getting them in. But as the traffic agents go through the training and onboarding process, and as more resources become available, absolutely, we've been putting them out and trying to be a lot more proactive as well, too, in terms of catching these things.
I also want to add that
we've been listening to Mayor Olivia Chow alongside other city officials at the corner of King and University, talking about some traffic announcements and answering other questions from reporters.